Let It Go Tarot. This is general reading for Scorpio for November 2020. I will start with oracle cards, just 3 of them, to have an insight for the situation. Please, spirit guides, direct me your messages. Thank you. For Scorpio, flexible, flexible. Ooh, 10. Are you finishing something? And the oracle is asking you to be flexible in whatever you are finishing, and take a nap. Take time for a nap. Don't take too quick decision. Don't make too quick decision. Don't take too quick approaches. Just be flexible, and before doing anything, just sleep on it. Think about this 3 times before jumping into. Truth be told. 5 changes. 1 plus 4. 5 changes. Obstacles. This is an obstacle for you, is it? Somebody is not truthful, trustable. Be flexible. Either protect yourself from liars, or give it a try. Don't believe in everything what somebody is telling you, because they are not trustable. Somebody has to open the chest and tell exactly what's happening, or you to know, to spend some time on finding the truth. Change is always good, and it's what I'm thinking. And we have 1 and 4, change, which means change is always good. When we talking the truth, when we are truthful towards ourselves or even others, any change which approaches us will be good. And it's your advice. Maybe speak truth to create the turnover in the situation, and to go on you for your benefit, to turn the wheel. Oh, okay. I haven't ever yet had that flyers. We have, you know what to do. Definitely nobody can tell you, because you know exactly. Go with your heart. Go with your heart. A whole lot. And we have, there is a deeper reason for each of you, your questions. Seek it. That's what I said, yes? If somebody is not revealing you the truth, spend some time on it. Find the truth, because it will help you to create the change for your benefit. And be flexible in approaching anything from now on, especially in the situation you are closing right now. And you know the answers. You know what to do. You know how to do this. Let's see what tarot card says. Okay, we have 3 of them. 3? 3. Okay, 3 I can take. And we have, okay, Queen of Swords in reverse. We have 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And 9 of Swords. I'm so sorry. Somebody here, and I feel like it's you, is really having a lot of anxieties, having a lot of sleepless nights. You worry about something to the point where it just puts you in the position of not seeing the truth, not seeing the situation for what it really is. But if you only take a break and look at it, you would know what it is for. You would know this is not a happy home. Nothing you can invest into. You're losing maybe money, you're losing your home, you're losing your investments, you're losing something which was precious to you. You're closing, you're divorcing, you may be splitting up with somebody, I don't know. But it's putting you really in that position, anxiety, depression. And the Queen of Swords, it's probably the energy you're dealing with. That person is really awful to you. That person is really using the sword to cut whatever she approaches, cut head of everybody who that person approaches to. I feel like it's a really nasty person, especially in words. But you shouldn't listen to people who are nasty, because they might be playing out of anger and out of anxiety as well. And it's only one way they can deal with their depression or anxiety. Yes, that person is, I feel like, draining you out of your money, draining you out of everything what you used to build together. And you don't feel like fair and here. But the oracle is asking you to be flexible. Or maybe it's you who is draining out somebody and putting somebody else to anxieties. Don't do that, because you're building the bad karma. Whoever is here not flexible and playing nasty part in the whole situation of closing out that cycle, of closing or splitting up and divorcing or something like that, then please don't, that person has to stop, because it's building the karma, bad karma, and they will have to pay for it. The truth has to be spoken. And I feel like that person is a liar. It's why there is a card of truth has been spoken, yes? You know, there's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. That person definitely will not tell you the truth. That person is a liar. We have Knight of Wands in reverse. You don't want Nine of Wands in reverse. Somebody here lost the passion. Somebody here lost the heart. Somebody here is not anymore in the position to offer anything here. Can I have more? Can I have more? And we have Seven of Wands in reverse. Not wanting to protect yourself anymore. Knight of Wands and Seven of Wands. I feel like somebody eventually realized that protecting their hearts from whatever they've been protecting themselves from, and being in and out in the situation, marriage or connection, or I don't know, commitment, didn't bring them happiness, brought them only anxiety and sleepless nights, and created the situation that the other person is now pissed off, basically, and doesn't want to build a happy home anymore. And whoever has to find the truth and answers, that person has to seek it within themselves. They have to go within, hermit, and find their bad doings. Find out that it's them who've been protecting themselves from somebody who they're supposed to love. I feel like that. It's maybe not you, and maybe the person you're dealing with who always was feeling that they have to protect themselves from you because they couldn't trust, they couldn't invest, they couldn't build with you. Or opposite, you never wanted, but you don't want to do it. That person doesn't want to do it anymore. They finding out, slowly but gradually, that the fault was on their side. And we have Seven of Swords, this time not reversed. Yes, we have 7-7, signifying magical number 7. Something significant is happening, but deceit. And it's below the Nine of Swords. I'm picking up two scenarios. There's either somebody is regretting and being anxious about somebody else being deceitful, feeling it like that, recognizing it for what it is, and not standing anymore to defend they being together. is another one, that somebody sees it, whatever has been happening, and the other person doesn't want to do this anymore, like protecting themselves from the other person. They seeing it as the deception, or somebody is saying, I'm not an moderate player, I'm not in and out, I want to invest, and I'm not defensive towards you. I want to build. Somebody else is seeing it as the deception. They don't believe, they don't trust, because they have much more evidences on something completely opposite. Let's see. We have Page of Pentacles in reverse. And that now that person doesn't want to offer anything. Just even the small bits and pieces, they just withdrawing. They just want to finish, finalize, and then don't want to deal with this, whatever it was, ever again. We have Two of Wands. Yes, not waiting anymore. Not being indecisive. Not, maybe not necessarily waiting, but not wanting to choose. I feel like one person wants to one outcome, and another person is convinced that they want the other one outcome. Which means it's like maybe one person wants to stay in the relationship, but whereas the other one is definitely deciding that everything what has happened to them in that relationship was only the deceit, and they want to get out of it. And we have King of Swords, reverse. We have starting the reading is a Queen of Swords in reverse, and the finishing is King of Swords in reverse. And currently you both are really nasty to each other. You've been once mindful and nice couple, clever, intelligent, and you had lovely talks. And you could understand each other, because there is the pair of King of Swords and Queen of Swords, yes? But currently you can only argue. Currently you can only, if anything coming out of your mouth, it's both of you. It's just nasty words towards each other. But you ask to be flexible, you ask to look into yourself, find the truth. And you know what to do to rescue it, to address it, to close it properly. Remember that not closing, if you want to get out of the relationship, and not closing with the proper closure, not giving the closure to other person, is building the karma, bad karma, and we will have to pay for it. Your energy will be bounded to the other person for eternity. Could you imagine something like that? Whenever you give up on the relationship and you want to get out, it's fine. There's no problem with such a thing. Only under one condition, you are giving the proper closure. Otherwise, your both energies will be bonded, and it will be really nasty. It can turn into, you won't be able to stop to think about that person. If the person who is doing wrong here won't be able to stop thinking about that they did something wrong, and it will be with time only growing and growing, those anxieties and those, bad thoughts. The closure has to happen. You have to both explain yourself what went wrong and why, and you have to say goodbye to each other on good terms. And this will be a proper closure, which will allow you guys to split the energies in the universe. And this is the best way to go. 9 of Cups in reverse, clarifying the King of Swords. No love there. 9 of Cups. That person is so into her head, or his head, that they don't want accept, or they don't want as well to offer a little bit of gesture of love or sympathy. They're just pissed off, which is wrong, because I'm telling you, I'm explaining what can happen. But because you're splitting up and you are closing the cycle, it doesn't mean that it cannot go worse. It can, and you can't even imagine how much. 8 of Swords. Again, oh no, sorry, it was different reading. 8 of Swords clarifying, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody is really, really into their head, trying to find out what really has happened, trying to find out what caused this shake-up, this disaster in the relationship. They can't even talk properly because they're constantly thinking about imagining something. They are inside their head, thinking about what has happened, to the point that they don't even listen to anybody, even the person who really is responsible for it, and trying to explain themselves. That person doesn't believe or doesn't want to even listen because they convinced they know better, to the point that they are stressing out. And just no, don't do that. You have to listen. You have to find the truth. You have to seek the answer for each question you have. Change is always good. Don't be scared of changes. Don't be scared of asking. The Star in reverse. No healing. In the energy of anxieties, there is no hope. There will be no hope. Because just somebody is refusing to have a hope and start healing process. Can I have one more for that, the Star in reverse, please? Can I have one more? This one. And we have the Hierophant in reverse. Definitely somebody doesn't see any hope in rescuing this relationship, this marriage, this whatsoever. But this is only because they, in their head and constantly in anxiety, what might happen, what might go wrong even more. But it looks like somebody is saying that they don't want to do whatever they've been doing anymore. I don't know if this is a lie. It looks like it might be a lie. But stressing out is not the answer. The answers has to be found. We have 9 of Swords, clarifying King of Wands in reverse. Instead of playing mind games, somebody here with themselves or with somebody else, somebody here is supposed to start talking, supposed to open up, and supposed to either search for answers, but using the tongue, not the action, not the through the behavior, not expecting that somebody will pop up and say, listen, I did this and that, what we're supposed to do with it. Now somebody here has to do not stop expecting something to happen by magic, but start asking questions, start seeking it by themselves, opening up, the talk between people, the language, English. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but I know how difficult it is to seek something when your heart is teared apart and bleeding. But you can't talk about this, you can't think about this, how can you talk about this? Yes, but it looks like only healing can happen here, only one thing which can smooth your wounds, whoever is in pain here, can happen through talking about that. And this is difficult to achieve, I know, but it looks like it's inevitable. It has to happen because it's the universe is forcing. And I stopped being able to talk. I have very scratchy throat right now. Definitely you don't know how to talk about that. I'm telling you, I've been there. I know how it is, because I always used to just withdraw and stop talking when there was something painful. But because of that behavior, I lost so many people. I lost so many opportunities to fix the stuff which could have been fixed, but I haven't been brave enough to speak loud, to seek the answers, to approach the people who've been doing me wrong and at least tell them off. Because very often the people doesn't know they are doing something wrong to you, that you're bleeding, your heart is bleeding. They don't know, they don't see it, because people generally, they are not empathic. If you are an empath, then please believe me that there is only a small percent in the world with people who are empathic. Rest is not. They can't put themselves into your shoes. They can't understand why you are behaving this way, why you are silent suddenly, why you're using silent treatment, because you're not able to verbalize that you are in pain, yes? We have 9 of Pentacles, clarifying the 7 of Wands. Somebody becoming single, doesn't want to defend this marriage, this connection anymore. Deciding to be single. Together with 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Single but not left in cold. It means these 2 cards together for me signifies only one thing, beautiful sentence, which is not mine but taught by one of the actors. It's like it's the worst way of being left in cold is when you are in a relationship. The worst, I know it in Polish, sorry, but I know it in English, but the worst way of being alone is when you are in a relationship but still single. Which means there is only one person playing their part in the relationship and another one is not investing whatsoever. Yes, and it's horrible, I know, because I've been there as well. I experienced this as well. And we have Ace of Swords in reverse. Again, the card of not talking, not seeking the truth. And we have 7 and 8 of Swords. We have 8 of Swords together, or maybe 6 this time. Going, because this is -1, yes, going into calmer waters, seeking asylum, seeking the place where when somebody can gain the peace, but not through talking. Maybe the situation is rescuable, but without communication, without talking, without the logic approach, it's not gonna to happen. Nothing gonna to happen by itself. And somebody here is asked to ask questions, to seek answers, to be truthful, because maybe you are perceiving somebody, the other side, as the liar, cheater, but maybe they behave this way because they didn't see it that it's harming you. They didn't see it that it's, or maybe nothing has happened. It's just your imagination. I don't have a card of imagination here or illusion, but 5 of Wands. But without communication, it's like those cards signifies communicate, seek the truth, find out what really has happened. Don't be scared of blaming yourself. There is nothing wrong with being wrong, because I feel like both of you are on the same energy right now, which means you can harm each other the same way. Yes? You know how to do it. One of you taught another one probably, but it's not an explanation, or excuse cannot be treated as an excuse. We have 5 of Wands clarifying Page of Pentacles. 5 of Wands. Somebody here is suffering as well, thinking of bickering, has enough of bickering, doesn't want to offer anything anymore, any stable anything, because of bickering. They have enough of little arguments about anything, about putting the glass in the wrong place, not washing up, not washing dishes on time, not making the bed correct way, and etc. Those little, and there is a Wheel of Fortune in reverse, clarifying 2 of Wands. This is a loss of hope, not waiting for a fortune to turn upright, not waiting for... Somebody has withdrawn so badly that they think there is nothing to rescue. It's done, it's closed. But because cards are talking about this, it means there is still potential. It's just somebody doesn't see that what has really happened, because they don't want to talk. The other person doesn't want to talk and explain themselves. It's why they are allowing the other person to perceive the situation as the worst. We have Two of Cups. Clarifying the Knight of Swords, definitely. And it came out exactly when I was saying that maybe there is something to rescue, and there is what to rescue. Come on, what can be there to rescue? Love. Your soulmate. Somebody who will always love you if you only allow them. Just talk, find out, be flexible. Blame yourself as well, because when there is argument, there is always both people involved in the argument, minimum 2 people involved in argument, and minimum 2 people, the same number of people, to be blamed for it. Because if we knew how to talk between each other, if we knew how to seek the answers for what really has happened, instead of imagining and adding on top of it, our ego will add many more imagined things to make it feel and look like worse than it really is. And instead of us cherishing and trying to rescue this, we prefer to go silent and bitchy towards each other and make it even worse. Why not? Silly, isn't it? Like playground, really. Just seek the answers and be nice, polite. You know what to do. And change the situation. If there is something wrong and you don't like it, then any change will be better than staying in the energy like that. I'm not saying that change the partner, because definitely I have a card for love here. And you've been on the same page once. Find out this energy again. We have lead the way. Light your own path. You are a leader. You know how to... This is like again the card. You know the answers. You have to just find them out. You know where to seek for them. Come on. Medicine. What are you seeking for? To cure it. Don't resist. Don't pretend it's not true. That you don't want to cure it. It's a beautiful energy. And I think personally that everything what involves love is worth to try to rescue it. I hope it will help somebody. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.